Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live for Straight Jacket Podcast 259. Big up to everybody who's here. Big up to Isam, who's become a member of the channel. Love to Isam. Thank you very much. Hope you're well. And Nuruddin, it'll be me and you today. No Brian, no Aaron today. It'll be me and you.
They bottled it like Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, mate, listen, I don't know about you, but he definitely did that on purpose. I don't care what anybody says, mate. He didn't want to be part of the coward SC where Nuruddin's going to come at people on Sunday night, mate. But Nuruddin, before football, how's your day been? How's your day been, man? Big up to Scholesy there, the cat Scholesy.
Yeah, Scholesy about better watch out. Yeah, man. So today, no work. So striking, we were striking today, but we did a protest
big up, man. Absolutely.
We did a march for strike. All the striking people did a march from Whitworth Park to Plattfields. So we did that midday today. So big up to everybody worldwide who are striking for Gaza, striking to stop the genocide. Big up to all the people who are on a hunger strike as well. So lots of people globally are doing some incredible things. So yeah, it's good to be part of that, but also like heartbreaking, in it, what you're seeing on our screens, in it, on our phones, what's happening to the Palestinians. So solidarity, love, free Palestine, end the occupation, stop bombing Gaza. That's what we're saying, brother. So yeah, that's my life's been like that, bro. Honestly, the football has been like second afterthought. Do you know what I mean? It's been mainly about you know what I mean. So it's mainly about like trying to help the Palestinians, because I feel like our government is complicit in what's going on over there and everything else. So that's why I've lost my voice. I went there actually, and I was cheering them on when they were 1-0 down, 2-0 down, and then I just looked at it and thought, these guys are not even. They're not asked. They're not asked. Man.
No, listen, don't worry, man. Everyone left, man. You know, Leslie left after, I think it was after 3-0. Was it 2-0 or 3-0? I think she left at 3-0. You know, she left, you know, listen, it's very, very dark at Old Trafford, you know, man. Like, it's very, very despondent. This is why I don't get, you know, when Tuesday night happened, I was like, that's isolation. But the real reality is that Man United are still bad, man. We're still a million miles away, but everybody was telling me we're only 3 points behind Man City. So, you know, I don't know. You know, it's one of them situations where people need to open up and say that we are very, very bad, man. We are very, very bad at the minute. I mean, before I get into the main point of the video, does Eric Ten Hag survive this week? Rashford apparently is ill again. You know what I mean? And Martial is set to leave at the end of the season. But Lauren, how bad was it on Saturday for you? Like I know we always talk about sacking managers, and we always say the managers, you know, sacking managers not going to change anything. But Nuruddin, can you tell me, you know, is this acceptable though, that what Ten Hag is doing on the football pitch and what we are? Bournemouth, by the way, that Areola, by the way, he was the captain of Bilbao when they came to Old Trafford and destroyed Man United. I think you were there.
That night. I was there.
Was I? I think I might have been there. You know, I don't know if I was there or not.
I'll never forget their fans. I walked with their fans from town.
Yeah.
I walked to Old Trafford with their fans from town.
There you go.
When they bobbed us around the park, they bobbed us.
Yep.
Bobbed us around the park. Yeah.
Mate.
Yeah.
Nuruddin.
Herrera was in that team with him. It was
Herrera. They had a good team, you know. That team was very, very good, you know. That Basque team, you know, of Herrera. They had another player called Martinez. They had Oscar De Marcos, I think it was. They had a good team, man. You know what I'm trying to say to you. But yeah, man.
Yeah, well, I did the preview. So I did the preview. And some United fans on United Real Therapy were like, oh, 5-0, 4-0 to United. And I was like, what have you been smoking?
Wow.
Like, because they got gas in it after the Chelsea game, and everything was all right. Man United are back. And I basically said they're going to beat us. But I didn't think 3-0. I thought maybe 2-1, they'll beat us, right? But it was what it was. To me, I see the first goal, and I see Bruno Fernandes, a fucking captain, playing a ball like that. To all players, Scott McTominay, who hasn't got the minerals, he doesn't have the technical ability, the tactical awareness. He doesn't have any awareness other than that. The ball comes in the box, takes 100 different million deflections, and he'll stick his leg or stick his head on it. That's what Scott McTominay is.
Yeah.
That football is not sustainable. And I told everybody, Scott McTominay, I asked everybody, is he going to score 20 goals? Might as well play him up front then. Why are you playing Martial? So anyway, for me, listen, there's team selection, and you can criticize. But Saeed, once you cross that white line, though, the manager can't play football for you. You know this team. They underestimated them psychologically. They underestimated them physically. And they're a brilliant transition team. And I told everybody, they were the form team behind Villa and Liverpool in the Premier League.
Yep.
So this idea, so what I asked the question, remember, on your match reaction, what Chelsea did bad or were we that good? And we found out the answer.
You know what you did? And I didn't really disagree with you, did I? Normally I said to you, Nuruddin, stop moaning or stop this. I said to you, you know what? You got a point, man. You know, and I did say that on a Chelsea fan TV. I went, you know what? I think you paid into our hands, and you did. You know, as much as Enzo Fernandez was pocketed and da and whatnot, and Chelsea were bad, we were laughing at Chelsea. We will also be like, you know what? As much as we say it was Chelsea were bad, we weren't that great. You know, I'm trying to say to you, we just played because Chelsea were that bad. You know what I mean? But the reality kicks in. The reality kicks in when a team is set up properly. When a team is set up properly, what happens? Man United crumble. When a team is set up properly, low block, attacks well, defensively organised, that's what Bournemouth were. Defensively organised, tactically set up well. Manchester United found wanting again. Found one. How many times, Nuruddin? How many times have this manager got found wanting? You can talk about players, Nuruddin. I understand that. But the players are epitome of the manager. They reflect what the manager's tactics are.
But Saeed, how many of them were on that pitch that got Oli the sack, got Jose the sack? How many of them on that pitch? Let's be real. Let's be fair, right? Let's be fair.
But I get it. But then also, you got to realize people's ceiling points. You got to realize, stop persisting with McTominay. McTominay was the bane of Ollie's reign. So now you're saying to yourself, this is the guy that I'm. Listen,
to me, I'm not going to lie to you. Listen, there's no reason for any of that. All you have to do is look at Glazer's pass, right? So any of the Eric Ten Hag out crowd, he's going to sack himself. As soon as it becomes 10 to 12 points off top four, that's when they'll sack him. That's when they'll sack him. When it becomes 9 or 12 points of top four, that's when they'll sang him and they'll think that they can't make it up. So this idea of the manager, for me, so like I said to you, we got it on later on. I put it, the football is unsustainable. We're going to be talking about Bruno bottling it, by the way, because he did bottle it. And everybody in the stadium knew he bottled it.
100%.
He did bottle it.
100% he bottled it.
Listen, but I'm not going to lie to you. When I look at Manchester United and I think it's unsustainable to play one pivot. So let's get into the tactics, So these are the things that we can blame Eric.
What tactics?
For. This single pivot that he's keep persisting with. And Saeed, have you noticed? So if everybody else is not on it, Am I back?
You're frozen. Yeah, you're back now. You're back.
Hello,
you're back.
Am I back? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, you went.
So basically, what I was saying was this: that Manchester United, like tactically. So let's break it down. Tactically, they have to be physically on it. Physically, and we knew that. So we knew that the Chelsea score, the Chelsea game was their reaction to how abysmal they were at Newcastle, right? They were abysmal at Newcastle. So it was a reaction. They were adrenaline. They had to put it in because the fans, everybody was vying for their blood, right? And then when I looked at Saturday, I think tactically still single pivot's not working. Getting exposed. Having players like Bruno who give the ball away carelessly. Having players like McTominay who basically can't control a football, who can't play on the front foot or the back foot, who only after like 3 million deflections in the box and then maybe they'll fluke a goal. That's football is unsustainable. So that's Eric Ten Hag. Now coming to the players, Saeed, it's basic things. I thought after we were 1-0 down after the first 5 minutes, for me, in that game, it was about who conceded first because we played into Palmer's hands because they're a brilliant transitional team, right?
Transition, I know.
They will suck you in, set traps for you, and then win the ball back and hit you. And they did that. So they were lucky not to be 2-0 ahead in the first half because Solanke was on my side. I was in the north stand. Solanke hit the post.
I know he did. You got It could have been 4 or 5, Nordin. That's what I keep saying. It could be 4 or 5. United were not unlucky.
Yeah.
This myth that Man United played well, by the way. I come out of the ground and some people say, "Oh, we're unlucky." I said, "Listen, that was terrible, man. They could have been 4 or 5 nil. And Nordin, they had chances. They had overloads. They missed a couple of opportunities to square one in, to pass one in.
Right.
We had one chance from Maguire in the first half, and I think it was Dalot who could have squared it in, and that was it. I don't remember any clear-cut chances. There wasn't.
How many saves did their goalkeeper make? Other than P rollers.
We had 3 shots on target. 3 shots on target.
And all of them were P rollers back to him. Like P, when the P roll.
Yeah, of course.
That's what
P roller, yeah. I know. So end of the day, Lourdes, we're not creating chances. We don't have a style of play. We're conceding goals as well. One thing about a manager, Lourdes. Let me say something. One thing about a manager, though, Lourdes, is that if you're not having a style of play, but you're conceding goals, Lourdes, yeah, that's double jeopardy. You know what you call double jeopardy? We are conceding goals at an alarming rate. We have conceded more goals than we've scored this season, Lourdes. Do you know that, by the way, Lourdes? Minus 3 goal difference. So nothing is changing under Ten Hag. We're actually getting worse. So when people say to me, "What's the solution, Lourdes?" And people say, "Oh, but this manager isn't the solution." That's why I keep telling people, this manager is not the solution to what we're doing, with or without players. If he gets more players, there's more pressure and more failure. That's just me and where I kind of look at his style. He's stubborn. He don't know what he's doing. And now, Nuruddin, be honest with you, he's playing survival football. You know how Ollie played, Freddie McTominay, and he went defensive, and he said, "You know what? I'll hit you on the counter." That's what he's doing now. He's playing survival.
We need some more legs in here. We need some more legs in there.
There you go. There you go. This is what we're doing. I'm gonna play. Let me play you this clip, Lordy. Let me play this clip. Yeah, this is from the training. Do you see this clip, by the way? This today. I'll show you this clip. This clip from the training. He said, look, Ten Hag, by the way, he said, yeah. He said we do positive things in training. Look at this, man. Look at this.
Oh, that's embarrassing. Positive things. Oh my God, what positive things?
Bro, what is this? This is meant to be Rondo's, right? This is meant to be keep the ball. You know what I mean? He's saying positive. This is only a reflection, yeah, of what's happening on the football pitch. What you see in terms of how we keep the ball. But he wants to play this idea of one double pivot. We can't even keep the ball, man. No wonder McTominay is kicking the ball and skying it out. Like, genuinely, man, it's not good, man. And this is what I'm trying to say. Like, I just want to see
haram.
Let me ask you a question, Nordin, yeah? Let me ask you a question, Nordin, yeah? If you see the way Ange plays football, right, but he's not getting the results, I think you back that more 100%. Than what you're seeing now in terms of 1-0s and 2-1s, and you're not enjoying the football. You need to 100%. Enjoy the football. You always talk about Nordin, enjoy the football.
I have to say, I have to.
You do. You have to enjoy it.
Saeed, I have to enjoy the football. I have to see the triangles. I watched Spurs game. Listen, I watched Spurs game. I'm not lying to you. Every time they had the ball, there's always 2 options. Any player or any part of the pitch, there's 2 options. Other than when they go out wide and they have to cross the ball in. That's the only time they leave players alone. That's the only time players can be left alone. Other than that, listen, it's unbelievable.
Oh my God. And also, that's Darren Fletcher as well, leading that dressing room. You know that changing? That's Darren Fletcher as well. What's Darren Fletcher doing in there, man? Seriously. What's he doing in there? Technical director? What's he doing in there?
No. Saeed,
seriously, man.
Saeed, that's what when you get Eric Ten Hag out after he's 10 points behind the top 4, you're gonna get Steve McLaren and Fletcher. So Fletcher is taking training already, preparing himself for the new job, mate. So that you're not gonna get another manager, don't you? You know that Manchester United do not hire managers.
It'll be interim, yeah. It'll be interim. It'll be interim. I know already. It'll be interim.
So what do you want, Saeed? So to me, I personally want Eric Ten Hag to suffer, the fans to go walk out again. Let me finish. Let me finish, please. Let me finish. You have a different opinion. Let me finish. He's made his bed. He's got to lie in it. I'm not. To me, some of you want interim. I'm not having another interim. I'm not.
Why?
Why? Because you know what? I've had many as interim as I've had managers. Let me repeat again. So I'm not having interims because then for me, there's nothing that I see. You might as well call it, Saeed, I'm mum's grave. I'm not going to lie to you, right? The only way I can see this, if by January, I can end the season. So Manchester United in no competition anymore. End the season, and then you sack him. Then I'll take it because I'm not doing another interim. You know what I did?
We only got FA Cup. We've only got FA Cup. We've only got FA Cup. Champions League are out basically. Let's be honest. It's only FA Cup.
We are. Listen, I'm going there to see Thomas Tuchel. I'm going there to scout Thomas Tuchel for next year.
Nah, I wouldn't want him as manager. I wouldn't want him as manager anyway. I wouldn't want him as manager anyway.
They got beat 5-1. 5-1
Mate, they're coming in. They're going to come in with a lot of venom, Nordy. They're going to come in with a lot of venom. They're going to come in with a lot of...
Listen, let me just make my point. So, me personally, right, I'm not here for another interim. I had Giggs as an interim, remember? And then he bought Scholes in. And then it was Phil Neville. He bought Phil Neville and Scholes in. They were interim till the end of the season. Till LVG got hired. Then who took over when LGV? Jose. That's it. The only manager we didn't have interim was Jose and Ten Hag.
Jose, yeah.
Jose left. We've got Ollie as the interim. And then Ori as the interim. Michael Carrick becomes the interim. Saeed. And then
Michael Carrick.
So then we had Ranić as the interim. Then Michael Carrick became the interim because Ranić had to go. So Saeed, the point I want to make.
Okay, let me explain.
No, let me just.
Let me rebuttal.
I'm not even landing the point. I'm not even landing the point.
Go on.
Manchester United, for me, I am not having the only way that I can get behind the manager being sacked if 7 or 8 players are leaving with him. Simple as. And the director of football. No, Saeed, listen. No. Saeed, listen. Then the director of football is leaving, and then the banker's leaving. So all of that, and to me, the Glazers as well will be leaving. That's me. I'm not having in a time. Saeed, don't let me finish. Please, let me just make the point. I'll be quiet. I'll mute. I'm going to explain to the people in the audience. I'm not having you guys blaming just one fucking person for the shit show Manchester United is.
Nobody said that.
I'm not having it. I'm not. I respect your opinion. I can see what Tanak's doing. I already see what he's doing. He's picking Scott McTominay. He's picking Scott McTominay. He's playing people to death who are not even asked. Players who are trying to throw him under the bus, right, left, and centre. And I do believe those reports, by the way, because on Saturday they played like those reports were true. Now I must say, on there we had 60% possession. We were good up to the last third, and the last third comes. Everybody then can't even connect because you can't connect with Scott McTominay at the number 10, at the closest one to the striker. You can't connect when nobody can get the ball across and can't play a simple pass. At the end of the day, it's simple. I'm Nuruddin, Hakeem, Moyes sacked, LVG sacked, Jose sacked, Ollie sacked.
Yep.
I went and did research after Jose reached with Mourinho, and I found out it was never just on the manager. It was never. But
nobody said that.
I know 100%. I know 100%. Manchester United Football Club is rotten. So we're gonna get.
But everybody knows Steve that. McLaren. With you, Norton.
No, you're gonna get Steve McLaren, and you're gonna get Darren Fletcher, who's taking training already. You saw the evidence. You're gonna get those two to the end of the season, and I don't want that. But you can have it if you want.
But let me ask you a question, though. This is the thing, though. Nobody's saying that the Glazers are not at fault for this. But what I want to do, I want to isolate the two.
But you're just blaming one person.
I want to let you know. No, but I'm letting you know what I can control, Norton, right now is that the manager ain't good enough. The Glazers going, nobody can control, really. Let's be honest. We've tried protests. We've tried everything. They are going to go on their own accord. Jim Ratcliffe's going to come on his own accord. Yes or no, Norton? Yes or no? Yes or no? We're not going to control that, yes or no? Yes or no? But what we can control is what happens on the football pitch. And who is failing at that? It's Ten Hag, Norton. That's why, for me, he has to go. His job, his own job. If we were to separate the two, the Glazers are failing at their job, financially, structurally, whatever you want to call it. But likewise as well, the manager is failing at his job, Norton. And I can separate the two. You're putting everything in one entity. I'm separating the two, Norton. And that guy that you see right there is failing at his job, and he should be sacked. Whether the Glazers leave, it won't be now. You know it can't happen both at the same time. But like I said to you, this manager right now, that you're seeing right now is failing in front of our eyes. And he can't sustain it more for me. What do you want more embarrassment, Norton? Do you want to get beat by Liverpool 7-0?
No.
Do you want to get beat?
Listen, I've already been embarrassed. Listen, I've already been embarrassed for the past 10 years. So you and the people who are the manager out, make it out like Man United were competing for Champions Leagues and winning big trophies. We were
No, I
not.
didn't say that.
We've gone through this cycle with every manager. Let me ask you the question. Have every manager that's come into this football club gone through the same thing that Eric Ten Hag's going? How can he be the managers?
There's a pattern. Yes, I understand.
It can't.
But I have said to you, there's a pattern there.
Just be the managers. It can't.
Nobody said that, though. No, but Nuruddin, have I said that?
It's like, it can't. Oh my God. It can't just be one person. It's for all of the time. It can't. After the first guy, after the second guy, after the third guy, you think, shit, what's going on here? There must be something going on here.
I agree. I agree.
And so, at the end of the day, I always believe, for me, the players that have been there after 3 managers will be sacked.
Get them out as well. I agree. Get them out.
And this is what it is. So if you said to me, Nuruddin, when I've been a clear out of the football structure and all of the players and Eric Ten Hag and whatever, and then we'll get a new manager in, I'll be like, at the end of the season, 100%.
That's where Jim Ratcliffe's coming in, by the way. That's where Jim Ratcliffe's going to fix it, apparently.
No, he ain't going to fix shit.
No, but that's what I'm saying. No, but it's the problem, though, Nuruddin. How can we can't keep doing this. We can't keep saying, well, we can't really sack the manager because there's no structure coming in. Well, apparently, what we've been told is Jim Ratcliffe's coming in with the structure, Nuruddin. He's going to come in and place a structure in place. So therefore, that means he will be able to find his targets and find his man. So that's where I leave it to Ratcliffe to fix it. I can't control that. The fan base wanted Jim Ratcliffe. I said Qatar should come in. The fan base said, okay, no, part of us want Jim Ratcliffe. So now I'm letting that control itself. What I can control, Nuruddin, is call out the manager. That's what I can control. And the fans have a voice. They can say, right, this manager's not good enough. He needs to go. That's what I was saying to you, Nuruddin. I'm not trying to say to you that the Glazers are not bad. I'm not trying to say to you there's not a pattern there. There's a clear pattern that the Glazers have done a lot to this football club and damaged the football club. They've done it. I know that already. I've been with you protests, etc., etc. I've been with you multiple protests. But all I'm saying to you, Nuruddin, is that this manager, let's not hide the fact that this manager should be allowed to stay as well. He needs to go as well. He needs to go as well. Simple. It's true, though, Nuruddin. Yes or no? You're on mute. You're on mute, by the way. You're on mute. By the way, like the video.
Listen, by the way, that's the only way I can keep quiet because I have to put myself on mute. I have to put myself on timeout because you will hear a word of what Saeed's saying if I'm not on mute. I'm mumbling to myself. This is what Manchester United have done to us. Saeed, I just want to say something to you now, right? Just bring a lighter note. I went there. I looked at my phone, nowhere of a light. Those of you know in Manchester it rains here. I looked at it and it said, you know, when we were watching the game, it said it's not going to rain from about. So it was about.
Oh my God!
Listen to me. It's not going to rain. Saeed, I went on, bro. The brolly broke. I got off the bus. Right. I got off the bus. I got no bike at the moment, people. Bike is out of action at the moment. Anyway,
bro,
I get off the bus.
I got soaked.
Listen to me. I got absolutely soaked. It was unbelievable. And then I sit down. I'm on a north stand. I'm FF 101. That's where I'm at, F 101. I'm just there, sitting there, right? And I'm literally watching the game, and it's raining on me. I swear to you, as the goals were going in, it's raining on my face. And then I looked at the time, 80 minutes, and I thought, you know what? I've got a big day planned. So this was my schedule on Saturday. I got up, went to the protest, did a mad action all around Manchester City Centre. Big up everybody who turned up. Picked up stuff from a neighbour. Went to the game. Came out the game. Went home. Did a match reaction. Went out. Saw loose ends. I just missed loose ends. Children of Zeus. They bought me life. And then I went to a soul party at Band on the Wall. Central Soul, mate. 80s, 70s classic soul.
Central Soul, yeah.
What I did, people, is that I had a good day, regardless of what Manchester United do. At the end of the day, this is where we are. Those of you who want Eric Ten Hag out, I'm going to tell you now. So write it down. Get the pen and paper. I'll give you a chance to go and get the pen and paper. When it's mathematically impossible for him to get Champions League, they'll pull the trigger. You will get Darren Fletcher, Mickey Phelan back, and you get Steve McLaren as the coaches in the interim. And then the players won't do anything. That will get more embarrassing defeats and everything would go. And then that's what happens. So at the end of the day, life goes on.
But let me ask you a
Like
question.
Mina said there, life goes on.
But let me ask you a question here, by the way. Guys, make sure you like the video. Let's get to 500 likes if you can, people. There's nearly 900 of you in here. Are you disappointed in Ten Hag? Just as a manager, first of all, like his philosophy, what is convolved, the embarrassment this season, the fact that we've regressed this season. Are you embarrassed? Forget the sacking, first of all, yeah? I talk about the manager as a whole. Are you disappointed in him? In his ways and
listen, there's two different things. I know Manchester United Football Club is an incredibly difficult job to do. I know because the club is rotten to the core, right? So I understand for any person is going to. Saeed, what did I say to you? Why did I want Erik ten Hag? Remember me and you, the conversation we had off camera?
Yeah.
I said to you,
yeah,
we're shit anyway, Saeed. We're not doing anything. We're not competing ever again. So we're just going to
play
good
football.
football. That's it. I've been starved for a decade. So Saeed, I literally kind of like came to terms. I was grieving when everybody was going, well, we're doing this, we're doing that. In January, Saeed, that's when it hit me. In January, when I saw this, I was like, we can't even keep the ball up the pitch. We can't sustain attacks. We can't win. We couldn't beat the top 8, top 7 in the Premier League, top 8 teams in the Premier League last season.
Yeah.
To me, all the warnings were there. And then when I saw him playing 14 players to death, Saeed, I told everybody, but everybody was calling me negative. So, Saeed, in terms of me personally, I knew what was happening. And that's why last season, I didn't put any pressure on him because I was like, this is the grace year. You know that Andy's having now. So Andy might get top 4. He might not get top 4, but he's bringing in a style of play. That's what I wanted. But I thought I'll see it after the World Cup. I didn't see it. It actually got worse. We started to play. We're all relying on Bruno, playing through Bruno to Rashford. And the football where you play through 2 players is unsustainable. Then you rely on 3 players to bail you out. The 3 players were Casemiro, Martinez, and Varane that were bailing them out, and David De Gea, to be fair. So all throughout it was
David De Gea, exactly.
David De Gea
and Varane as well. Varane was in there as well. Top defender.
Yeah. It was Casemiro, Lisandro Martinez, to me, player of the season, and the 2 players up the pitch was Bruno and Rashford. And that to me was I wanted a system where the subs, kids that we've not even heard of, Saeed, that will come on and still fit into the system, win, lose, or draw. Because for me, about competing and that, I was never about this. But he came. So for me, then when he came out at the eve of the season, Saeed, and said, I'm not here to play that football. That was it for me. That was it. So I resigned myself that, you know what, there's only a tick in the clock, innit? You know, the clock is the beginning of the end. When you come out with that, for me, it's the beginning of the end. But I am not saying just to get him out. I want all the players out. I want the whole, Saeed, I swear to God, if I could go in there and clean everybody out, if I had Thanos type of powers, I would go in there, clean it all out, and start again. But I don't have that. So at the end of the day, I can't bring myself, knowing what I know about the football club. For me, Erik ten Hag has scammed me. He's frauded me. People like me who wanted him, he's frauded us. He has absolutely spat in our faces. He slapped us. Any kind of analogy, you thought what you were getting, having then having that nuanced conversation and thinking, well, Manchester United is difficult. And what they've asked him to do, he can't do it. Because we know these. What was I saying to you last season? We know these players. He doesn't know majority of these players, but we know them. We know more than him. That
makes it more damning, the fact that he's relying on these players who he wanted to get rid of as well. Because it's survival. Because he knows. Because now Maguire's in this great form now. Apparently, everyone's saying he's in this great form.
Did you see him at the end of the game? Did you see him at the end of the game? What he was doing?
I know. Shocking, man. But like I said to you, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is what I'm saying. They're all pretenders. I did say that to Ten Hag. I said it after the Brentford game that this manager cannot rely on these pretenders. They're gonna let him down sooner or later. But he's making these mistakes. You know, look at Rashford when he came on. The guy was just awful. You know what I mean? And now apparently he's ill. Apparently he's ill. You know what I mean, bro? Like.
So is he gonna go and join Bruno now and hold Bruno's hand and bottle the Anfield job as well? Is that what he's going to do?
Bro,
is that what he's going to do? Wow.
Who knows? Who knows, Nordin? He might want to. Because
so he wasn't in training today. So he wasn't in training today. No.
No, he apparently was ill. Him and Martial were ill, apparently. So they were both ill. You know, I don't know if that was true. He was ill apparently for the last training session as well. But apparently he came to the game against Bournemouth. He came off the bench. But now, like I said to you, it's one of them. He's not around.
Yeah, let me answer the guy. The guy, his name is what's his name? Oh, I've just missed him. A guy,
what is it?
Gaffer, G-R-A, Grafter. Sorry, Grafter. Grafter. Just to answer your question, I do not believe sacking a manager by himself is going to solve this. I do not believe there is somebody who's a magic bullet in your imaginary head that you must have to come in and fix it. The club is broken. The club is rotten to the core. Sacking one manager can't be fixed. We go through the same cycle again. We sack the next manager, go through the same cycle again. Third manager, we go through the same. Fourth manager, we're on our fifth. And you know what? We've had
we've
had 6 interims and 5 full-time managers. So at the end of the day, Grafter, I'll tell it to you simple. I am not just seeing and making a simplifying and saying that he's the manager out. Eric Ten Hag will sack himself without me even having to say so.
No, but do you also agree that sacking him? Do you also reckon keeping him is also not a solution as well? Like this comment says here, keeping him is
Saeed,
also.
You know what I want though, Saeed. You know what I want though. You know what I want, don't you?
What?
I want Eric Ten Hag to take Manchester United into the bottom 4, Man United to get relegated, so the Glazers can fuck off. I'm telling you.
You want people to suffer.
I'm telling you. That's what I want. I want to burn it fucking down. I want to burn it down. It's been a fucking decade. By this January, we're going into the next decade. The next decade we're going into. Some of you guys are not paying attention. We're starting another decade. I want to burn it fucking down. I want just to get relegated. So because I know the vultures will leave then. They will leave then because there's no money. And now Jim the Ratcliffe is rescuing them because they need $1.5 billion, Saeed. They need that $1.5 billion. And it's 25% vanity project. Nothing is going to change. So for me, I'm not having... Listen, Saeed, this is a choice. Do you want to die of slow, painful death? Or do you want to just go, put it between my ears, get me out of here quickly? I don't know what you are. You know what I am? I'm just get me out of here quickly. Manchester United is crumbled. It's crumbled. So for me, I'm like, let's go. And I promise you, Saeed, I swear to God, Saeed, if we went to the championship, I swear to God, because the football we played this season, I don't know how we're still up there, Saeed, but the football we played this season is
that's a false position. We are in a false position.
You know what? Everton play better football than Manchester United. Everton do.
Every team plays better football than United. How many other teams play better football than United? There's so many teams I can name you that play better football than United. They just don't have the quality to get the final end product. But we might do that. Do you get it, Nordin?
Saeed, listen to me. Let me say something here. São Paulo in Brazil, they've gone down. No. It's the same. No, it's not São Paulo. No, it wasn't São Paulo.
It's not.
It's Santos. Santos been relegated.
Santos
got relegated. Listen, let me just remind people, Manchester United got relegated in the 1970s, and it wasn't... Yeah. It wasn't Dennis Law's, it wasn't Dennis Law's back heel. It wasn't, right? We got relegated. Saeed, Old Trafford had fuller attendance because you know why? All the Manchester United fans realised some of those players left, some of them stayed. It was a new start in a new league. And Manchester United, the ground, got even more people going there than ever before. If we go down to the championship, Saeed, I'm telling you, it'd be the biggest fresh start this club has ever needed. To me, listen to me. No, listen to me. So if you guys want to go into another decade, which we are by January, right? We're going to go into a new decade. You want to go slow death in the next decade, or do you want to stop this now? You want to stop it now? That's what I want. Eric Ten Hag, I beg you, please.
Ask the question.
Stay where you are. Take us to a relegation.
Let me ask you a question here. Do you think Man United will ever have a long-term build? I think this idea of long-term success here is a myth now in football. You have managers that come in 2 to 3 years, they build a philosophy, they win trophies, and they leave. That's what football has become. There is no Sir Alex Ferguson anymore. You Man United fans that think that a manager is going to get 4 or 5 years and is going to build something long-term, it's not going to happen. I've realised that, and you guys need to realise that. You have 2-3 years at max. If you don't win trophies, you're out the door. That's what it's got to be now. There's no long-term plan anymore in football. Every manager gets sacked. It's simple, Nuruddin. Only Guardiola's lasting now. Jurgen Klopp is a long-serving manager, I think he is. I think Jurgen Klopp is the longest-serving manager in the Premier League. If you don't work right now, you get sacked. I'm Pep Guardiola. That's how it's got to be now. You don't work in the next 2 to 3 years, you get sacked. It's as simple as that. Do you realize?
You're gonna tell the story.
Long-term project.
Yeah, listen, but listen to me. But you only told half of the story. The second half of the story is that football clubs now, with their football structures and their ownership, have stability. They don't even hire managers anymore. So you know what they do? They hire head coaches. Pep Guardiola, he's not a manager, he's a head coach. Jurgen Klopp is the head coach because the owners and the people who are underneath them take control. So if you are not, that's why they can change. They pick a style of play, the way they want to play. What do? Then they hire coaches, and those coaches you can change. If the coaches are not doing it, see you later. Because the football club is stable. There is no leaking.
What my idea is, the
manager can't do it, get another manager.
No, but the thing is
what the model was.
Idea. Let me ask a question, London.
Listen to me. And that's what the model was. Listen. That's what the model was at Chelsea under Ibrahimovic. They were the most successful British team, English team for that model because he had people who were advising him what players to buy. All he would hire managers was, I want you to coach these players so we can win trophy. If you can't win a trophy, see you later. Get the super chats.
Saifullah says a rebuild isn't going to get done in one season, and he carries on saying, "You want Ten Hag out after 1 year, and he won a trophy. We also went massively overachieved last season." Listen, this is what I'm saying. This is where the baseline of where you're thinking is all wrong. 1 year, the standards now have to go even further now. That 1 year, that trophy, the Carabao Cup, it depends how you view success. The Carabao Cup is not the all-NBA for a manager. It's a bare minimum. Top 4 is a bare minimum. Come on,
hey, Saeed has changed his tune. He's changed his tune, people. He was like, hey, that day in Wembley, on the way back, singing all the way.
It's not changing my tune. You know why it's not changing my tune? Because I still think Man United should win every trophy they're in. If Man United are in the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, they should go and win that. The Europa League, if we go down the Europa League now, I don't want to win it. If we started in the Europa League, then I would want to win it. My thing is, you have to elevate. You can't regress.
I told you, lot, give me a style of play than a shitty Haribo Cup. I told you, lot. And you were like, no,
I agree. No. But I said to you both. A good manager could do both. My thing is, the first season, when you call out the manager, you have to give him time to come in and bed his style of play. You give him around about, let's say, a year to come in, style of play included. We haven't seen that. I said to him, right, let's give him the first season. He gets a slide. You know what? He's got a trophy and third. Okay, cool. Right. What did I say at the start of the season already? Can you tell them what I said at the start of the season? Tell the people that. I said I want to see a style of play, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So I'm not seeing a style of play.
And I said to you,
and we're already.
And I said to you, when you allowed him to rotate for 13 players and allowed him to get away with it, and then you're not going to get it now. He's not going to give it you now. And then he came out and said, what did he say? I'm not doing it. But
that's something that's subjective to what the manager says. I don't know the manager going to say that. Like I didn't know the manager was going to say, we're not going to play Ajax football. I didn't know the manager was going to say, I like to work with 14 players. He didn't really mention that last season. It was only this summer that he kind of mentioned it. Also, what he didn't mention was, and I didn't foresee, was the fact that we weren't going to have a consistent style of play this season. We didn't see. I didn't know that. So now, this season, I've called it out, and I said, you know what? Enough is enough. We're getting worse than last season. We're not scoring more goals. And I am seeing us actually regress. So I'm based my opinion based on new evidence. That's how people should think in life. You shouldn't have an agenda. You should always have, your opinion should be based on what you see. And may that reflect my opinion. What I see right now is that this is not good enough. It's not getting any better. And the manager won't improve.
I agree with you.
You see what I mean?
I agree. Saeed,
So
I
that's
agree.
where
Listen,
I'm like,
Saeed, listen, it's
yeah,
not like, listen, I don't understand. Saeed, there was no more of a David Moyes out than me. There was no more of like, at the end, even though it's the only manager I regret because he actually coached. If we got him a bit more quality, he would have done better. It was Louis van Gaal.
yeah.
And then I was, guys, like, get him out because we were keeping possession between our fullbacks and centre halves. Do you remember? So I was like, get him out. Jose, I never wanted him. I was Jose out from day dot. After that, Saeed, I had to think about what is going on at this football club. What is it for me to do? Scratching
The
me a
super
little
chat
bit,
here.
right?
Saifullah
It's
says the
biting
key
me.
player. Yeah. The key player in this style is Leach, is injured Leach. Look at Arteta back from 8th to 8th and look at him now. Listen, one player, like it's almost like when Luke Shaw said he's going to
Oh
come
my
to
God! You
United
know what?
back.
I swear to God, Majesty. You know what? This season, we need Amrabat. When we get Kobe, Luke Shaw, no Casemiro, Sandro Martinez. Who else?
By the way,
Who
by the
else?
way,
Who
by the
else?
way,
Who else? Who else?
Casemiro.
Rio Ferdinand, Brian McClare, Eric Cantona, Mark Hughes, Fergie
By the way,
himself,
yeah.
Bobby Charlton, rest in peace, but maybe he might come back and help us. Who's gonna help us? Stop it, people.
But my thing is the Casemiro one's funny, man. Everyone wanted him out. Everyone said he's not good enough. His legs are gone. So now all of a sudden everyone wants him
Not a
back, man.
desperate.
Lisandro
Not a
Martinez
desperate.
is a good player. He's a good player, but we also lost a lot of games under Lisandro Martinez. We got hammered a lot of games with Lisandro. I'm not saying it's part of his fault, but it just shows you that it's a core team rather than individuals that make Man United. Man United need a lot of players. When you look at what we're doing right now, there's about 4, 5, 6 players that are just not doing anything on the football pitch. You can't have that. You get immersed in that. So when you look at it and you look at Sandro Martinez, he will get clouded in all of that kind of like that. You know what I mean? Like that toxicity. Because who's going to play that football to? So you're saying that he's going to give that ball to McTominay and McTominay's going to give it to someone else. You know what I mean, bro? What are you doing? What are we doing here?
McTominay can't even control the ball, people. Listen. So, listen, one thing I would 100% agree with you. You're a reflection. And as fans who go to the stadium, when you see shit like that, you just like get the manager out because that is what we're being conditioned to. But for me, I'm telling you, I swear to God, listen, if you got Ancelotti, Zidane, you got Conte, you got everybody, you got 5, 6 managers coming in, they can't fix this. The club is broken unless you clear out 10 to 12 players. You ain't going to fix it. And then you buy players who are on their first contract, younger players. For me, I want everybody outside. I told you I'm only keeping, count to your hands again. This is the only people I'm counting. Garnacho, Ahmad, Alessandro Martinez, Mason Mount, because I've not seen enough of him, right? Pelestri, Hoyland, and what's the name? Hannibal. The young kid who's not played yet. He's not played yet. He played in pre-season, but Dango. That's it. Everybody else out.
Okay.
There you
Wow.
go, Sai.
Wow.
And everybody else is gone for me. Everybody else. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. You're all being damaged by the results. What's happened to you? That's what you need. Absolutely. Listen, Hannibal is dead, but I've not seen enough. I've not seen enough, Madison. I've not seen enough yet. I need to see what he is. Oh yeah, Malassi as the left back. I might keep him because he's been injured, isn't it? He. One thing about Malassi is that he's not a shitbag. He'll give it.
Yeah, no, it's not.
He's not.
He actually puts the work in. Yeah.
He's not a shitbag.
This question here, Nordin. This question here, yeah. Do you believe Ten Hag is top 5 manager in the league?
It's 17, 16 games gone. According to last season, he was the 3rd best manager in the league last season. But this season, he's abandoned everything that he stood for. And once you abandon, now you're playing survival football. So it's more complicated than yes or no. Last season, he proved it. He finished 3rd. He finished 3rd and he went to 2 cup finals, even though I wasn't asked about those. And it was the quarterfinal of the Europa League as well. So last season, and I predicted this will happen in January. I said this. I said this would happen in January. At the end of the day, guys, it's simple. I swear to you, I've been there. I know the feeling. I was like that, Moyes out, get him out. LVG will fix it. Now, Jose, I knew Jose wasn't fixing shit. I knew Ollie. Listen, I jumped on the bandwagon with like everybody else. Ollie's at the wheel. And I knew then, and then when they started giving me, I need more legs in here, I was like, tata. We knew that was sustainable. So at the end of the day, we've had 11, what about, but Eric Ten Hag, when he gets sacked, it's when, by the way, it's not if, it's when he gets sacked.
Yeah, when.
He'll be the fifth, he'll be the 5th Manchester United manager. And in that time, we've had 11. We've had 6 interims. So altogether, 11 managers at Manchester United in the last decade. And in January, we're going into a new decade. That's why I'm saying to you, I needed to crash. I needed to burn the place down. I needed to go. And the burn, what I mean by burn that, I want to go to the Championship because the vultures will fuck off then. Facts. But some of you don't want that. You know what some of you want? Some of you guys want to die a slow death. While I'm like, burn it down and start again. That's the difference. I'm like, give it to me, man. Give it to me. I'm like, take me out of my own misery, man. Get me to the Championship. We'll ball out for a season. We'll be back. Saeed, this is the biggest laugh ever. I swear to, and I've even seen your tweet, and I was like, Saeed, you should know better. All of you have been hoodwinked by this news. Saeed, Glazonomics says to you, they let players leave when their contracts finish. Matic, Mata, Pogba. Come on, Saeed. David De Gea. That's what they do. They can never sell him because they never think we'll lose money. They'll lose the shares. So of course,
you know what's mad?
But
I thought Martial was the one that activated his clause. I thought it was Martial that was the one activated, but it looks like it's the club that's activating the clause. That won't activate the clause.
If the club want to keep you, they activate it. Then you agree with them to activate it. But we saw it with Matic. We saw it with Mata because Mata could have activated it as well. It was like, nah, mate, Pogba. So at the end of the day, this year, all you been placated because you were all blaming Martial like he was the only person on a football pitch, right? But anyway, but it's like this is it. Lambs to the slaughter, innit? Give you a little bit of lamb, just a sacrifice. And all of you are getting giddy going, oh, but Martial is leaving. That's good news. Listen, if you know how Manchester United contracts work, they buy the player on the length of the contract. Then they give you another contract because they don't want to buy somebody new. They don't want to replace you because that costs them money. So what they do is they give you the second contract. And the only person who said no was Mike Smalling.
Mike Smalling. Yeah, he said, I want to go. I want to
go and play football.
I want to go.
I don't want to sit here 4 years later. Listen, Martial did. And no football club in the right mind, looking at his injury record for the past 3 years, is ever going to offer him.
Apparently, Inter Milan fans want him. Big up to Knowledge. You just sent me something. Inter Milan want him apparently. But you know what? Let me ask you a question. When you look at his career right now, Martial, did we fail him or did he fail himself, or is it just a case of Man United again, talent-wise? Because this guy, I remember I was at the ground, innit, when the goal. Anthony Martial. Was you? I don't know if you were there on the ground that day, yeah. I was there, yeah. And bro, the atmosphere was absolutely electric, mate. It was one of the best atmospheres ever. Liverpool game was crazy that day, and the buzz after that game was unbelievable. But again, a player who come in, and did he come in at 19 years old? Ten Hag came in. It was that season under Mourinho when I felt like when Sanchez came in. That's what, for me, I'm not saying it was an excuse for his career, but Sanchez coming in stunted his growth a little bit in the fact that, we didn't really need to buy Sanchez. We didn't really need to. We had Rashford, Martial. We had a lot of attackers. Lingard we had who else did we have in that side? There was a couple anyway. A couple of attackers that we had. Lukaku.
We had
Mata.
Listen, sorry, let me tell something to you now. For me, the time for Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial to leave were when Jose's first season. That summer, they should have got rid of both of them. And I'm telling you, I personally believe the club have damaged their careers. Those two players, when they were young, the ceiling of their talent in a stable football club with good professionals around them, good football structure around them, might have done something because you would have hired coaches to get the best out of them. Instead, we hired a manager that damaged them mentally, psychologically, and did what he did. And we've So at the end of the day, all those players should have been gone because they were not Jose Mourinho players. They're not. So that's when they should have gone. And to me, when I look at him, I just think he wasted his career. And now, that's what the story we're getting now. Manu might not waste his career at Manchester United. He might be looking abroad. Kobe Manu.
Nah, they've got a contract on him though. That's the problem.
Nah. Listen, but Saeed, contract doesn't mean that you can't go, Saeed. Come on now.
Yeah, true. Someone has to come in for him.
Someone has to come in for him. There's European clubs are sniffing around him because they know. They know. Barcelona, apparently. Barcelona.
You can't lose Kobe Manu, but you know what? When the way he's kind of destroying talent, man, it's crazy, man. You know what I mean? It's destroying so many talent. But
we destroy our own talent.
Big up Killis, yeah. Their growth has been stunted. My thing is as well, yeah. It's just there's been so many of them, and obviously that just shows it reflects the reign of the football club. You know, we got Sancho now. Apparently now he's apparently a swap deal with Rafinha. You know, Rafinha, by the way, honestly, and Marlon as well. They're not good enough, man. Stop getting rejects. I don't want rejects, man. No, honestly, I'm being serious, man. Stop giving me these absolute dud players, man. I don't want Marlon, and I don't want Werner. I don't want flipping Rafinha. Keep them away from us. I'd rather, honestly, keep what we have. Amad Diallo's enough. I keep Amad Diallo, man. Give him opportunity. What are we doing? Like, seriously. What are we doing, man? Like, stop this. You know? So, but apparently there's going to be an exodus, apparently. It's going to be Varane leaving, Casemiro leaving. There's going to be, apparently, Wan-Bissaka leaving. There's going to be Sancho leaving, all in January.
Zaid, how many seasons have we heard that? The exodus.
I know.
Exodus. You know what?
Oh, yeah,
Manchester United do more. Listen, I'm telling you, Manchester United do more Bob Marley exodus than Bob Marley than Bob Marley tribute band. I'm telling you, Manchester United do more exodus and fresh start. And you know what? There's certain things in the last 10 years. Process. We'll go again.
Yeah.
We're behind the manager. This is what we're all about. We need some legs in here. These are the quotes. And now, you know what it comes out with now? It comes out the same. Every manager, when they reach the survival football, they all start talking like CBBC Jackie Norrie stories. The next minute that I'm getting from
he said, I understand they are disappointed and frustrated. We all are. We will do better and we'll do it every game. Bro, Ten Hag is the biggest waffler as well. You know when you do your press conferences, Nordin, do you not get bored of listening to all his quotes? Like, do you not get bored of them? I'm bored of him, man. I'm bored of his ideas. I'm bored of his philosophy. He could never convince me to do anything. Genuinely. I wouldn't want everything that he says is just waffle. You don't know if he means it. You don't know what he's trying to say. Bro, I don't know, man. Listen, I don't know if you've seen him lately, but you need to go and find him, man, in Hale, man. Altrincham Hale and talk to him and say, listen, I told you, are you all right up there?
Now, I'm going to have to tell him if I see him with him. So, by the way, sometimes when I'm in the cycling, I see Ten Hag and he's Mr. Cycling around. Last time, I left him alone because I was going to tell him about the 7-0 Liverpool. I was like, listen, we don't go to Anfield and get... We don't go to the MTR to get 6. We don't go to Anfield to get 7. I don't care if we lose 2-0. We lock up shop and we get out of here and live to fight another day.
You don't know that, though, no. Look at the way we get beat this season. Look at the way we get beat, yeah. When we get beat, yeah, the goals keep raining in. He almost doesn't know that. Shut up shop. You know when you say close your shop? Right? Too much now. That's it now. He doesn't know that, Nuruddin. He doesn't know that. He just knows damage limitation. Keep going.
Facts.
Keep going.
This is it.
You see what I mean?
He's you know what? He's so stubborn. And I'm like, but listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know me. If we were getting battered, but he was playing his football, I'll be like, guys, we just need to get better players. Do you know what I mean? We need to get better players. So just bear with him. Let's get them out and get some more quality. But he's not even doing that. But then what he keeps doing is us to getting battered. I'm just like, how are you allowing? We got battered off how many crosses? We conceded 3, we could have conceded 4. By how many cross symbol balls? Luke Shaw, for me, more than anybody, typifies that. He gives the ball away, and he runs.
We know about Luke Shaw, man.
And then he runs to the ball, and I'm like, where are you going? I'm watching him like, you are a centre-half. Stay in your position. And so people are like, oh, him and Billing is a mishmash. I'm like, no, you know what? You know when I play football? Sometimes in the box, people used to put me up. I'm way taller than them. Do you know what they do? You body check the guy. You body check him. So you put him off. You're allowed to body check people in the box. You're not allowed to grab them, but you can body check. You can bump them.
Body check. Yeah, simple. That's all
Martinez
it
is amazing at that. Martinez is amazing at body. That's why Martinez doesn't lose too many headers in there, because he body checks people. But for me, Bruno Fernandes, I can't. We're gonna talk about it in depth, right? The Bruno fraudsters, the Bruno Defense League. All of you need to come on the United Real Therapy, because I'm gonna expose you all for what you are. We already understood the news side that one, Rasmus gets the foul on him. He gets the free kick because he talks to the referee. The referee gives him a yellow card. Reguilón does exactly the same. Goes like that to the referee after he's been fouled.
He knows. He's seen already the pattern. He's seen the pattern. I think someone else did it as well. There was another one. There was two players that we got booked because they were. Højlund was one as well.
Rasmus Højlund. It was Højlund and Reguilón.
So he knows already what has happened, but yet still did it. Are you worried, Lordin, for this week? Like, we got tomorrow. Are you there, by the way? Tomorrow? Are you there tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm there tomorrow. Yeah.
So tomorrow and thingy, yeah. This is Judgment Week. Are you worried that this could be slaughter, like, you know, in terms of, like, you know, embarrassment? Like, worried?
Saeed, I'm not going to lie to you. It's not, because I've said it. I'm not fearing anything. You will see me. I'm not going to lie to you. After tomorrow night, I'll do the match reaction with you. After Sunday, Saeed, I've been there for this decade. That's what I'm trying to say to you. I've lived it. I've got the popcorn. I've worn the T-shirt. What more do you want? What people are like, oh, this weekend. I'm like, have you not experienced this? How many times have I've experienced it for a decade? I've experienced it for a decade.
So what you're trying to say is you're numb to the pain. You're numb to the pain. But my thing is, though,
if you're screaming and shouting now, honestly, I question you, because I'm just like, how can
because you know why I'm screaming and shouting, Lord? Because this guy, he condos, isn't it? That's why I'm screaming and shouting. I didn't get.
That's a fact.
I
especially when you come out of the game. No, listen. I don't blame anybody screaming and shouting when they come out of the game, because you're hot. You're still as hot, because you can't. You're in shock what you saw in the football pitch. I don't blame them. What I'm saying to you is that in terms of you thinking about Manchester United, Saeed, I'm telling you, they've got me to that place where I'm ready to take a relegation. I'm ready to. I swear to you, I don't think you guys believe me when I say this. I want us to get relegated just to get rid of them.
Sold for the way. Sold for the way, and that. Sold for the way would be crazy.
Championship.
Hold them away.
And imagine Championship. We're going to Sheffield Wednesday. We're going to Reading. We go to all these grounds, man. We go to all these grounds. We go to QPR. Where else are we going? Listen, tell me who's in the champion. Let me see who's in the Championship. Let me see.
Yeah, man. Let
me see the away days we could have.
Listen,
away days that we could have. The away.
Bro, we get embarrassed, mate. You know. By the way, there's some good football teams in the Championship, man. Listen, they'll bop us off the park, mate. You know what I mean? They'll bop us off the park, mate. You know what I mean? You got to still play good football in the Championship. You know what I mean? So,
listen, we can go to Southampton, West Brom, Cardiff. Listen, listen. You're telling me, this is what you're telling me, Nuruddin, right? So this is what you're telling me, okay? You're telling me, right, Nuruddin, are you worried about this weekend, this and that? So let me just give you the names, right? Manchester United are beaten by Cardiff City. Manchester United being beaten by West Brom. Manchester United being beaten by Southampton. Manchester United got beat. I'm sure Watford beat us. I'm sure Norwich beat us. I'm sure Swansea, when they were here, they beat us. Remember on the Louis Van Gaal?
Yeah, they beat us a couple of times. Yeah.
Stoke beat us. Huddersfield beat us. Remember
Huddersfield when they bullied Lindelof? Lindelof. And he's still here, by the way. He's still here.
In the hailstone. So Leicester beat us. Leeds are beating us. Southampton are beating us. West Brom are beating us. I'm not lying to you. Cardiff City beat us. You know what I mean? Watford beat us.
Yeah.
Swansea beat us. Stoke City have beat us. Huddersfield have beat us. I just counted half of the Championship have beat us. We need to go down there to get revenge, Saeed. That's what we need to do. Go down their level and get revenge, mate. All of those
we need to. We need to listen. We need to clear up. But also, we need to understand that, you know what I mean? I just wanted to just tell people, like, it's not good enough what we're seeing right now. It really, people are leaving the ground early, man. People are leaving the ground early. People have had enough. People are just very, very, you know, Andy Tate, big up Andy Tate, man. I felt his match reaction, man. I don't know if you've seen it on the Stretford Paddock. You know, he wasn't happy. He
Is
was
he all
very,
right?
very
Is he all
upset.
right? Is he all right?
Yeah, no, he's all right. He's all right. He's getting there.
Sending
He's
love to
getting there.
Andy, man. Andy, we'll get through it, lad. We'll get through it. We'll get through it,
Yeah,
pal.
but everyone's just kind of like they've just had enough, man. And you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like everybody's just this toxic positivity. I just can't do it anymore, man. This idea that United are back and there's no crisis and it's just awful. Like, come on, man. You have to just call it what you see it. You might not have to say Ten Hag out and da, but you know, this idea that United are not in a bad position right now.
No,
I'm sorry, man.
But we've been here for the past decade, though. Saeed, listen, we're doing a preview. Me and Saeed are doing a preview for Bayern, and then we'll talk about Bruno, and we're going to be talking about Bruno,
Yeah.
Scott McTominay's football unsustainable, and many more. Come and join us. Kaz said this. How would I line up? Kaz, do you play for a Sunday League team? Can we borrow your Sunday League team for these next 2 games? Because I put money on it. Your Sunday League team will put more effort than these donkeys that we've got. You know what? Sometimes you know what I think. I think, where's the professional pride gone? Can you imagine?
Not
I
at
know
all.
Manchester United are not the greatest team in the world anymore. We're not that. We've not been for a decade. But I'm like, where's the bit of pride? What happened to the bit of pride?
Yeah.
And Scott McTominay, did you hear him today? Coming out with fighting talk.
Man, please,
we're
honestly,
behind the manager.
Please.
We're behind the manager. So definitely Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay. Go on, Saeed. Go in here, lad. Try it in.
Nah, man, I'm not doing it.
25 goals this season, mate. 25 goals.
I can't stand it, honestly, man.
How's that sustainable? How is him and Maguire sustainable? How's Varane on the bench? I don't rate Varane that much anymore, Saeed. You know that. I think he's come to get paid. But genuinely, he's no way of... He's the best defender Manchester United have. But Ten Hag will tell you, it's the angles. It's the angles.
Tactics. Guys, what's also not sustainable is the likes. The likes are just, oh my God, I can't believe it. 375 likes, 1,000 people here. That's crazy, listen, man.
That's Saeed, though, but you know, come on, you know these people who tune in. They're bad as the Glazers. And that's the biggest insult I can ever say to them. You're bad as the Glazers. That's what you are. That's the big...
Yeah, just like the video, man.
Blind at you. I can't F I'm blind at you.
Yeah, please, guys, like the video. It helps the channel out massively. Get it at least to 500. We need 124 more likes, 25 more likes. Like the video, people. Like I said, United Real Therapy, we're going to go all over that.
Listen, I want you to bring up Sim. He'll tell you what happened when United last got relegated. Sim there.
Sim. There. Where's that?
Yeah. SIM is about just halfway up, almost halfway up. Sim is there. And let me read it for the people what he says. He basically says, 1974, he said, it was one of the best times we got relegated. It was one of the best times of his life because we knew it was a restart and we came back up and we then battled and beat people up, mate. That's what we did. That's what Manchester United did. So at the end of the day, it's what it is. But listen, come on, join us. We're going to be talking about Bruno because I think the fan base are letting him off. If that was Maguire and he got himself booked, you'll all be going berserk because it's your favourite boy.
Yeah, there you go, people. But listen, people, make sure you come and join us over United Real Therapy. And also, guys, make sure you like the video. And we'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.